Okay, got a present from Summit. Well, present. I have to buy my own presents, of course. Now, let's see what we got. I know what it is, of course. You don't, do you? Reminds me, I must sharpen this. This is something I wished I'd had. Something else will go away. Here it is. Battery disconnect switch. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. Takes up to 1000 amps. Master disconnect switch. Off, on. Wow, that's quite a chunk. In fact, that seems... Oh, that's slightly off. Haha, there you go. All right. So, on, line that up, and then off. Now, this would have not prevented my problem the other day. However, what it would have done is made it quicker for me to isolate. So, might have caused less damage, who knows. Now I have to decide where I want to put this. I could mount it up under the dash, or I can mount it in the engine compartment. I can't quite decide, I must admit. If it's in the engine compartment and I'm driving along and I see a fire, then I've got to stop and open the bonnet. However, if I'm working under the bonnet and something catches fire and it's inside the car, then I've got to run round and get inside the car. What are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts and your arguments as to which way would be better. Not necessarily what's logical, but what's better. Now, I mean, I've got to run some big ass cables to it. So, you know, that doesn't matter if I have to run them through inside the car or if I just do it under the bonnet. However, I will feel a lot safer with this, and also it's kind of an anti-theft device. Although, if it's under the bonnet, they'll see it straight away. If it's in the car, I'll know it's there, they won't. So, you know, that's an advantage for having it inside the car, up under the dash, where you won't see it, but I'll know it's there, and I'll know, click, click. So, you know, that one's kind of got its appeal. Let me know what you think. Right, I'm still working on this mammoth task to trace down this burnt wire. Now, before I go any further, I want to say to a number of you that have said, hey Gary, why don't you use a mega to figure out the resistance in the wires to know which ones are bad? Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work. Yes, it will tell me the resistance in the wire, but it doesn't tell me how bad the insulation is. And that is the thing. I could have burnt through from a ground wire to a lighting circuit to an ignition circuit. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know what it has burnt through to. And a mega will not tell me that. Only a visual inspection will. So, in order to try and find out where the fuck this thing has burnt to and which route the wire took, I have attached to the burnt wire my multimeter, set it on buzz, and I'm now going around the car trying to find the other end. So therefore I can say, it took that route. However, because of this, I can't just use ground. So I've had to disconnect every ground that I can see. Now, take me for a walk. Should there be another one, I will find out. This is one here that I've disconnected. I've disconnected the battery for obvious reasons. Here is another ground wire I have disconnected. Let's come over here. Here's another ground wire I have disconnected. Let me see can I zoom? Yes. Oop, there. More ground wires I've disconnected. And I have to make sure they don't touch shit, because that could give me a false reading. Now, the only ground wire I think I have left connected is the body to the engine. That is the only one I think I have left connected. I will find out. So now what I have to do is touch every ground wire I've disconnected and see if my multimeter goes meep meep. And then that tells me I have a connection. But I also have to check every one, because if I get it at more than one, then I could lead myself down the wrong road. Of course, one thing I haven't done, and I've just this second thought of it, is that the rear lights, the headlights, etc., also have ground wires. Wah! I'm going to have to give that some more thought, purely because of... And the fuel tank. Oh my God, no. I just want to see which harness it goes through. And then I can pull it out and fix it. Okay, that's where we are with this particular moment. Yeah, it's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? Gosh. And then I've got to put it all back together. Oh. Sorry, that's just me banging my head. I'd rather be banging something else, but we won't go into that either. What else can I tell you? I have bought a fuse block to replace that piece of crap that Jaguar supplied. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, in all honesty. I know it will go in place of that piece of shit. I don't know yet, I may remove the voltage regulator. It doesn't do anything, and it's a good place to mount the fuse block. However, I don't know if I have enough slack on those wires. So I may have to kind of try and keep it where it is, or do some extension wires. I don't know. That will be part of a video, of course. Part of a video I didn't want to make. And maybe you didn't want to see, or maybe you did because it's more interesting stuff. Oh, crap. Yes. I have the battery on charge at the moment. Not that you really care. Purely because of all the work I'm doing and the fact that I'm going to want a nice fully charged battery. And at some point, once I get this running again, I want to test the battery and make sure I'm getting a charge from the alternator, because if I'm not, that's going to crucify me, and I've got to figure out why. One of the many, many things to do. Excuse me. Something not really related to the car, but related to the garage I work in. These lights here are dead. Yeah, they're Chinesium crap. So I've replaced them with some Chinesium crap. And you can see the wiring is disgusting. Now, I'm an ex-electrician, and there is no way I would normally allow myself to do that. But these lights plug into a socket. Again, there is not something I would normally allow myself to do. However, because of my medical problems at the moment, climbing into the attic and doing the job properly is not an option. So I hope you'll forgive the fact that I have done a fucking awful job there. Yeah. Right, let's move on from that. Now I've got to get rid of these light bulbs and fluorescent bulbs and shit. I do wish this camera would do what I want it to. Okay, that's really it for today. It's a very short video. A lot of you will know I'm a President Trump fan, and that I've just pushed out a video on President Trump or voting for him. If you're not in America, you don't care. If you are in America, I wish you'd consider watching it and then thinking about it. Okay, now let's get out in that garage. Oh, let me just show you one more thing. See that? That's for figuring out the dents in your paint bodywork. Hang on. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Oh, this fucking camera drives me nuts. Yeah, that's for figuring out the dents in your bodywork. And you shine a light and you can see with the lines, you know, they should stay straight, or and if they're crooked, then you know you've got a dent to deal with. The guys want to fix my dents for $600. I'm going to have a go myself, first of all. And if it doesn't work well, what the fuck have I got? I've lost, $20 on that piece of crap. All right, get out of the garage, guys. Go do some shit.